Hello everyone, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, I'm just walking around outside enjoying some late evening sun. It's been overcast and rainy for a couple weeks now, so it's actually a pretty big deal to have it looking so nice and clear skied out here. Taking advantage of that, soaking up some vitamins, and I figured I'd do a little video about some of the gear that I have in the back of my car. Now, I actually usually have much more gear than this. Quite a bit of gear, actually. 2 foot lockers and a shotgun in its gun case, all of which gets cabled down by this metal cable and locked into my car, just to add a little bit more barrier to anyone who breaks in. But most of that's in the house right now because I've been going through it. But what remains in my car and what's been going around with me while those foot lockers are in the house has been just this stuff that's been sitting loose. So I thought I'd share it and get your thoughts on it. Obviously, got a flashlight just sitting around back here. Got my toolkit. And it just sort of has some stuff in it. It's actually just a toolkit that I grabbed and threw in here. And a lot of it's not necessarily useful for automotive stuff, but it's just random tools, plenty of which I've used at work. It's amazing. A lot of workplaces don't have all the tools for just random stuff around the house. There's a dog brush in here. This car was full of hair when I got it, so that hairbrush actually pretty handy. Anyways, a toolkit with random tools, probably not all the ones I need, and it could probably really do with a little bit of a go through. Anyways, crowbar. Lots of uses for a crowbar. You might be able to help somebody get out of a car accident. You might experience a massive earthquake in your area and use either that or an axe or a pickaxe to help them get out. Now, that one might seem a little funny. Why the heck do you have a pickaxe? Well, I've helped people with that pickaxe. That's actually in here because I was helping somebody perform some work, and I just went ahead and left it in here. Maybe some of you have never found a use for a pickaxe on your random day-to-day life, but I have, so it stays. This one is probably more useful. This is an emergency stretcher. It's just a little bit of a litter to help you carry somebody who's been injured or unconscious or otherwise can't move themselves. That's actually probably one of the most useful items that you can have. Let's say there's been a car accident and someone's leg is broken. Well, you might want to move them out of the road. You obviously wouldn't want to do that if you might cause them more injury, but there are a lot of situations where you might have somebody that you need to move who needs to be carried, and for $15 and the amount of weight and space that this takes up, definitely worth having around. All right, machete. Now, that might seem like it only has violent applications, but actually, if a car goes off the highway into the forest, you might need this to get to it. I don't know where you guys live, but around here, the trees and the underbrush is actually thick enough that if a car goes driving off into it, you might have a little bit of a hard time getting around to the doors. So there's actually a couple practical reasons to have a machete, including if you end up at one of your buddies' homesteads and maybe they want a little bit of help done. And the same goes for this last shovel. It's not exactly great for digging in snow, although if you've gone off the side of the road into really icy, packed up snow, a scoop shovel is not going to do it, and you're going to want something heavy and sharp. This shovel is actually one of my favorite shovels. Now, you'll notice it's broken. It's broken from hard work, and it may not translate into video well, this shovel is particularly thick. This is a root shovel. This shovel is one that you use for nursery work, digging trees and different things like that, and it's actually made thick so that you can really chop through roots under the ground with it. And it only became more effective for that when it broke. It's got a very sharp edge, and it's really good for hacking at roots and digging into hard ground because it really focuses the energy down quite a bit. So when I was told to throw it in the dumpster, well, I threw it in the dumpster, but somehow it made it into the back of my car later. And I'm happy that it did because it's a pretty handy shovel. So there's actually a lot of different things that I could have in here and regularly do, because once again, this is actually just the leftovers of my car gear after the rest of it has been brought into the garage to be gone through. But I leave them in here because it doesn't hurt me to have them sitting back here, and they've each proven handy in their own instances, and I can see how they could prove much more handy in even more instances. And the vodka is just for my mouth. Sometimes I get a toothache that hurts, and really, that's going to be one of the only ways to limp through a day until I can really take care of it. So I keep that and baking soda and salt around so that I can make my other mouthwash solution. Anyways, just a few things that I had still sitting around in here. By no means is this even the first or 10th or 20th items that you would want to have in your car, except for the toolkit probably, and the litter, before other things, including quite a bit of food, quite a bit of water, quite a bit of other stuff. And I have all those things in my kit footlockers. But I just wanted to share this because I keep seeing this stuff sitting back here, and I think a lot of people don't carry tools. Something to think about. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. Everybody stay safe out there.